Welcome ladies and gentlemen to another episode of Majin Starcraft, and today we're gonna have a Zerg versus Terran match on Xel'Naga Cavenrs between Evil Genius EGLzGaMeR and Evil Genius EGIdrA, or EGIdrA, because somebody did actually say that I pronounce EGIdrA wrong. I like EGIdrA. If you want to say it EGIdRA, you can say it EGIdRA. It's basically how I first heard it, and it's pretty much become a habit. I'm gonna try and say it EGIdRA for the duration of this game, simply because, hey, I think that's how he refers to himself. So, reason I'm casting this is because I felt that the last match EGIdrA had was against a very powerful opponent. I mean, take nothing away from Eminem Vidar, but in the end the match could have gone a little bit better. EGIdrA basically steamrolled his opponent. It wasn't nobody's fault, it wasn't Vidar's fault, it was just simply a mismatch of strategies. It was simply a mismatch of strategies, and that's what cost Vidar the game. He had nothing to beat EGIdrA with. He tried to wall in into a fast expansion with a couple of cannons, and wasn't really exactly the best strategy against EGIdrA. EGIdrA secure. I'm an idiot. Just EGIdRA securing now an extractor, while his opponent, the gamer EGLzGaMeR, is securing a barracks. No gas as of yet, only a supply depot. The Overlord is slowly moving out, and there's another one for division, and there is a 14 pool. So EGIdrA, God, it's incredibly hard, I have to tell you. Once something actually becomes a habit, it's incredibly hard to change it. EGIdRA is going for an expansion, I think. Is he? Where is he going? Is he actually finally sending out a scout? Yes, he is sending out a scout. EGLzGaMeR is going for a 2 barracks approach, bringing out a marine, and that marine will be able to prevent the ground scout. So later in the game, EGIdRA will be forced to sacrifice an overlord to see what's going on. Command center on the way, warping into the orbital command for the mule. Queen on the way. EGLzGaMeR does scout the spawning pool, does scout the gas, knows that this can only mean speedlings. It's a standard opening for Zerg, and the marine is here preventing any kind of scout. But hey, I suppose EGIdRA has managed to exactly view the 2 barracks. Let's actually check. Yes, there we go. He has seen the 2 barracks, so he knows that 2 barracks is up, and he knows what he can expect from this. Probably a heavy marine push, a couple of Zerglings moving out. EGIdRA actually, is he going to lay down? Yes, very nice timing on the expansion. Come on, lay down. As you saw, the drone arrived at the expansion position at about the moment when he had enough resources to lay down that expansion down, and that is good play, because you don't waste time losing the drone from harvesting time. So now EGIdRA is going for the expansion. He has 4 Zerglings actually on the map to secure defenses, while EGLzGaMeR has 5 marines at the moment, still pumping out marines. Production tab says 2 more on the way, and securing his own command center. So both players macroing up. I suppose this is a strategy of Evil Geniuses. They are probably just, you know, having a training match here for them, and just training their asses off. EGIdRA is known for not liking to go up against Terran, but this was before a lot of the Terran nerfs and the Zerg buffs. So we'll see exactly if EGIdRA can get the win, or if EGLzGaMeR manages to dethrone the King of Rage. I know I shouldn't be talking about this. I shouldn't, but I have to. Recently, EGIdRA has been on the podcast, on InControl's podcast, and made a couple of comments regarding Total Biscuit and the whole assembly situation. Now, I don't want to comment on it, but I have to. As a caster, I'm in the situation where I can't really say what exactly happened. If you don't know what happened, it's basically assembly denied for some reason. Not necessarily denied, we don't know what happened, but basically Total Biscuit, who was booked as a secondary caster for that event, did not end up casting, and in result pulled out of the event, and decided to lay, not necessarily off, but reduce the number of casts that he will do in Starcraft, in the Starcraft community. I think that he was entitled to do so. EGIdrA made comments about Total Biscuit being whiny and taking it personal. So did In Control. I hate to take anybody's side in this situation, but once an event decides to book a secondary caster, they need to respect their commitments to that player. 2 factories up for EGLzGaMeR. So he is going Blue Flame Hellions, as you can see. Hellions on the way. EGIdrA is now just upgrading his melee attacks and ground carapace, as you can see, getting up creep tumors and a infestation pit. Very nice. So we might see infestors. Infestors not so good against Hellions with their infestation, might work with a little fungal growth, but Hellions with blue flames, very powerful. Anyway, as I was saying, if you're an event and you book a secondary caster, despite the fact that the secondary caster's stream will take views away from your main stream, it offers variety to your event. If you have only one stream, you only get to view one match at a time. A secondary stream, despite splitting your views into one place, you get more coverage of your live event, and I think that is more important. Having a secondary caster is important. If you don't want to, you don't have to get one. But once you do, honor him. So Total Biscuit's reaction, in my opinion, to back out of the event and to decide not to cast it, not to take part of it any longer when he was denied. Here come the Blue Flames. So Blue Flame Hellions assembly comments being put on the hold for the moment, because we will see EGLzGaMeR coming in here, and Blue Flame Hellions against a lot of Zerglings are so good. Does EGIdrA have anything? He does have 4 infestors on the way. Here come the Blue Flame Hellions. Will they burn up everything? Going for the harvesters, burning 2 harvesters. Now they're burning Zerglings, but a couple of Hellions being caught out of position. 2 Hellions have died, burning all the Zerglings, more Hellions dying, and now 2 Queens are coming in here. Queens are actually gonna push this back, and a big losses. I don't believe that the cost was effective enough. Hellions still moving in. They're gonna try and pop off because the Blue Flame is gonna be able. Oh, one more Hellion goes down. Will it be able to pick off 1 or 2 harvesters? I believe died there. So. But in the end, the units lost have fairly similar for both players. So both players doing a lot of damage, but no one really walking away hurt. Only army-wise. Economy, same thing. So before EGIdrA shoots across the map with infestors, back to production tab. Is he getting infestation? No, he will be using just fungal growth and marines at the moment. And he is putting down these rocks and then these, trying to secure more expansion. Great tumor expansion for EGIdrA. EGIdrA. As I was saying, Total Biscuit was in a great situation was in a great position to simply say, no, if you don't want me, but you said you want me, I'm backing out. And he did the honorable. He didn't trash talk assembly, he just said, I'm backing out for my own reasons, and that's it. What In Control and EGIdrA did was just bash Total Biscuit for something they don't know. They said, we assumed this happened, and Total Biscuit took it personally. Now, I'm basing my comments again on assumptions, because I don't know what happened in assembly. I'm basing it on, strangely enough, EGIdrA and In Control's comments. They're the ones that said Total Biscuit wasn't allowed to cast. But he was booked as a secondary caster. So he was, scouted. Hellions got scouted there. So Hellions backing off. So he was booked as a secondary caster. In Control did point out that if the event guys at assembly didn't want to allow Total Biscuit to cast matches, he just didn't allow him. Okay, that's fair. But Total Biscuit also had a very nice reaction, just backing. Oh, you guys booked me for something and now you won't commit to what you already said that you would. I'm backing out of this event because it's not respecting me as a person. Screw my as a person and as a professional. Screw what I am. But you guys have made a commitment to me and you are not keeping your word. Lots of missile turrets. So as you can see, EGLzGaMeR is pretty much expecting EGIdRA's is expecting EGIdRA's Ling Muta play. But he's not getting that. He's getting infestors. So infestors are trying to chase down this drop. Only marines. Marines with stim and a couple of upgrades. They will be able to do some damage. But here come the infestors, and there's the fungal growth, and a couple of Marines pumping out, and a couple of infested Marines, and the medevac is trying to do some damage, but now the infested Marines are here, and a lot of Zerglings rushing in there. So we have a little bit of a new play here. We have infested Marines, and we have a Ling Infester strategy. Meanwhile, whoa, lot of Marines moving out for EGIdrA. They should be taking out this Overlord. So we have, if we look at the units tab, we have a lot of Marines and a couple of tanks versus Infestors and Zerglings. It's an interesting combination. Tanks can just destroy Infestors, but then again, Infestors can infest tanks. No infestation research, I believe, as of yet. I need to see the infestation. Ultra Den. That's why he's getting the melee attacks and the ground carapace. So nope, no neural parasite as of yet. And here are the Marines gonna take this out. Infestors are here, one infestor popping. Infestors are always good to lay down fungal growth, but they need support units, and EGIdrA is lacking that at the moment. Here comes Zerglings. Zerglings trying to run away, but Zerglings good against Marines, not in this small choke point. So very nice. Gonna try and take out the larva with the Marines, and actually doing the job, taking out the larva. Larvas have 25 health, but as you can see, they live for so long. They just don't die. These Marines are wondering, why can't we kill the stupid larva? And EGIdrA is moving out for the high yield. There's still rocks here, and EGIdrA is spreading his creep, and that will deny. Oh, those Marines getting surrounded by the swarm. Those Marines getting denied. This expansion will be denied because of the creep. So EGIdrA has a lot of infestors. Production tab says ultras on the way. Does he have any on the map? No. 7 infestors, 66 Zerglings, and ultras. The problem is right now EGIdrA could easily transition into Banshees. Banshees would be so great at the moment, but he is not going for that. He has medevacs. Banshees, Ravens, even battle cruisers would be so good right now. Ravens for laying now auto turrets for even Hunter Seeker missiles, but Seeker missiles, yeah, I know, I was in the beta. What are you gonna do? I'm stuck with them, just like I'm stuck with EGIdrA. The Seeker missiles. So now gonna try and take out this expansion, but he is gonna be forced to lay down a scanner to try and reduce the creep spread. It's gonna be strange because right now EGIdrA is allowing EGIdrA to mass up army, and you do not want a massed up Zerg army because the Zerg will go for the 300 supply push. Taking out EGIdrA just lost an Overlord there somewhere on the map. Economy wise, while we head, both players on almost same amount of income, but the problem is almost EGIdRA's ahead because he's on one. Oh, here's the encounter. Everything running in there. Just all the ultras and links, fungal growth on the Marines, but now everything has to back out because the Marines are very nicely spread, and there's nothing that the ultras can do. All the Zerglings were shelled to death before they died because, as you can see, there are a lot of tanks on the behind line, and they were able to nuke everything. In terms of units lost, EGIdRA did lose a lot in that attack. Lost all those Zerglings, lost a couple of ultras, and he does not have an answer to this. A lot of Marines are good, I must say, against a lot of things. Tanks can shell everything, and Infestors, nice fungal growth, but with the medevacs here, not gonna solve that much. Tanks sieging up again, and this expansion is gonna land soon, and that would mean that EGIdRA will have his own income back, his own income to advance over EGIdRA's income. EGIdRA right now at 2,000 minerals per second because he's on one high yield, 2, 3, and his main is almost mined out. So he's basically on 3 base and the high yield, while EGIdRA is only on, well, his expansion, and his expansion is almost mined out. His main is almost mined out. This is critical. EGIdRA may have the upper hand in positioning and tanks and Marines and whatnot, but if he loses this, if EGIdRA denies this as fast as possible, then EGIdRA can secure the victory, always going for another base. EGIdRA needs probably to secure this expansion as well before EGIdRA's creep tumors spread too much. So it's gonna come down to one explosive encounter that will put my frame rate into the ground right now. As you can see, using one tank to shield the expansion, while the other two are just gonna move in and gonna siege up as well. There's a scan. These ultras are gonna try and run in, but they're gonna get shelled to death by this line. Gonna try and take out a tank. Will they take out a tank? Taking out a tank but losing an ultra. That's not a good exchange. That's not necessarily a good exchange. Meanwhile, here come a couple of marines and tanks to try and take out this expansion, but a lot of ultras. How many ultras does EGIdrA have at the moment? 13 ultras in this position. Well, not 13 ultras in that position. There probably are some more. And this expansion finally falls. And this expansion finally falls thanks to the marines stimming up. So action all across the map. Lots of prone attacks for both these players. Let's see. How much does an ultra cost? God damn it, I need a larva. Stupid. Can't even see how much an ultra costs. I believe they're really expensive. More marines coming in here with the stim, gonna take out this expansion. So right now EGLzGaMeR is doing exactly what EGIdrA should be doing, denying economy. Denying EGIdRA's economy right now is basically pushing him in the same situation that EGLzGaMeR is. EGIdrA is on only his expansion and this this high base up here, while EGLzGaMeR is on the high yield, only on the high yield. His main is mined out. His natural will soon fall. He needs to take this position or else he'll only be on one base. Food count 187, 182, almost maxed out army. So we'll see what happens. There are a lot of lings and a lot of ultras right now. Another marine attack, but this marine attack will be stopped because of these. Whoa, one ultra falls there, but that's not gonna matter. And EGLzGaMeR is not pushing out. He needs to make something happen. Again, I need a larva. Get out of the way. There we go. The ultralisk is 300 and 200, while the tank is 150, 125. So sacrificing a tank for an ultra for a tank, not a good exchange. EGIdrA, this match, oh my god, EGIdRA securing this expansion right behind EGLzGaMeR, but EGLzGaMeR finally opting to go for the expansion as well, so he'll soon discover this position and he will be able to snipe it. It's very dangerous, EGIdRA securing this expansion as well, not going for the high yield again. He does have forces spread in this position. He might try to do a run by, we'll see. The problem with EGLzGaMER's army is that because he has so much siege tank, he's relying so much. Here comes the encounter, sieging up, and perfect timing to stop that. What I wanted to say is that right now the problem with EGLzGaMeR is that the strong force of his army, the tanks, sieging up. He needs to siege up now. Siege up now. Why are the marines running away? Oh my god, fungal growth. EGIdRA just swarming in. Tanks shelling, marines shooting. Ultra is cutting. Who will win? EGIdRA's winning. EGIdRA's pushing. He needs to push back. I don't think that these marines can stand inside the range of the planetary fortress. They need to repair this. SCP's on the repair. Planetary fortress falls. EGIdRA pushing in. Forcefully, all those ultras. He does have 3 tanks stimming up, losing health. Sadly, that's the cost of stim, and now I just gonna be forced back. But right now, he's done what he's supposed to do. He's done the damage. He's still on this base. He still has this base running, while EGLzGaMeR has nothing. His income is inexistent at the moment, and right now, EGIdRA is in the dominant position. I believe this is GG. There's nothing EGLzGaMeR can do. If we look at the food count, he's at 97 food, while EGIdRA is on 171. That's it. He has nothing. He has a drop here. He thought there was a base here, but he only sacrificed the surprise of that drop for one lonely extractor. EGIdRA is actually mining behind EGLzGaMER's base, and here comes another drop. Gonna deny this, but it was still on 2 other bases, while EGLzGaMeR is at nothing. Income is in the dirt. He only has these small patches that will very soon be mined out, and gonna snipe off this expansion. Yes, true. Gonna try and re-secure the high yield, but look at these infestors and the ultras. Gonna take it out really fast. He knows that he can't land there. He knows that he must move out, and EGIdRA is in a dominating position. I don't think that EGLzGaMeR can come back to this. One lonely push, one bad timing with the siege tech. As I said, what really cost EGLzGaMeR in that encounter, I don't know if he'll be able to push back. EGIdRA's not pushing forward. Another bit of shelling, I believe, there, or drops. I missed it. I'm sorry. What really cost EGLzGaMeR is the fact that his forces are so fixed. Tanks are fixed. One lonely marine gonna get shot to pieces. tanks are fixed position. If they're not sieged, they're not viable at this point in the game. If they're not sieged, they're not viable, and that is the mistake. And here comes, they're not sieging up in time. This time sieging up in time, but there are a lot of ultras and only 2-3 tanks, and this will not hold. There's no planetary fortress. Because of there's no planetary fortress. That's it. Everything is done. Cut into pieces. GG, and EGIdRA takes the win. And that's the kind of game I wanted to see from EGIdRA. And that's the game I wanted to see. A game that comes down to one single crucial moment, not necessarily dominating. It was just simply bad luck, I believe, from EGLzGaMeR to do that. He played a risky tactic against EGIdRA at this point. He used his immobile forces. He needed those siege tanks up, and EGIdRA just pushed in at the perfect time and just dominated. As you can see, 5 armor, 3 attack. Ultra's just so powerful, pushing in there. EGLzGaMeR could have opted to go for something different. Could have just maybe instead of getting all those tanks, maybe should have transitioned into air. Banshees would have done so much against ultras and whatnot. Battlecruiser, anything air basically, because EGIdRA had nothing against air. Had the Infestors to lay down some Marines, but seriously, I mean, Infested Marines are good, but they're good against, not necessarily against Banshees. Banshees can snipe off the Infestors really quick, can take out and then just fly out of there, and the Infested Marines are gonna slowly wobble. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.